Hey, so you've probably seen many different people use this mod called BakkesMod. And it's super simple to get, super easy to get, and it's the same, and it actually works on Epic Games now. For a while it actually wasn't allowed, but they've added support for it now. So, it's the same for both. You're going to want to start up by looking up BakkesMod, BakkesMod, BakkesMod. There's no space. And then once you search that, you're gonna pull up to this first one right here. You're gonna click on it, and then you're gonna hit download now. Once you hit download now, I already have it, so I'm gonna download it again, but I'm not gonna open it up and actually download it again. So here, you're gonna open this up, and you're gonna open it up, and if you look through it, you're gonna click on this little arrow right here. You're gonna hit show in folder. Once you get to it, you're gonna see this show in folder, right? This is the BakkesMod setup. You're gonna want to run this, and then you should be fine to just install it, and make sure that there's no updates for it. Like here, if I open up mine, it should look like this when you first open it up. It'll say checking for updates. Mine has an update, so I'm gonna update it. And you're just gonna hit yes. You're gonna make sure to update everything, and get everything updated. Once you got that done, you're gonna go ahead, see it right here. If you're using Steam, it's gonna have an update for Steam. I use Epic Games because I started with the free-to-play thingamajigger. But it's gonna update, and it should say up to date, whichever one you use. If you use Steam, it should say up to date. If you use Epic Games, it also should say up to date. So once you got that done, you're gonna want to make sure when you're updating it, by the way, that you don't have Rocket League open. If you have Rocket League open when you're updating it, or when you first install it, you're gonna have to close it and rerun it. So when you minimize it, you're gonna see that it disappears, but if you come down here and you look, it is actually still open. So it didn't completely close out, so you're fine. You're gonna want to go to whichever launcher you're using, and if you're using Steam, you're just gonna open up Steam, and you're gonna go and open up Rocket League. Once Rocket League's opened up, I'll let you know. Alright, so Rocket League just opened up for me. So when you first open up Rocket League, you're gonna see that nothing has changed, but BakkesMod is actually running. All you need to do is hit F2 on your keyboard, and then it brings up this weird looking menu. Alright, so this menu is actually very easy to access, and it is very easy to move around. Up here, these first things right up here are just the different binds. Alright, so let's say you're using a controller, right? So if I do air dribble mode, the D-pad, up, left, right, and down on the D-pad will all do different things. Alright? And I will show you that right now. So if you happen to free play, most of the stuff only works in free play, because if it didn't work in free play, it would be kind of weird, and you'll see why in a second. So, when you first get in, you will probably have normal mode on. So, now that I have normal mode on, if you hit the up arrow, you'll see that it puts it on your car. If you click it twice, sometimes it'll glitch out. But it'll put it on your car, and it'll set you up for an air dribble, basically, right? This is normal mode binds, by the way. If you hit left on the D-pad, it actually kind of flings the ball, you know? I can move around the ball with just the left on the D-pad. Right on the D-pad puts it in front of you, slowly rolling at you, as another setup for a dribble. Right? So, down on the D-pad flings it towards you. And all these configurations are different for whichever one you try to use. See, as it flings it towards you, you can make it go faster. See, it goes faster when you hit it more. And then sometimes it'll even change directions like that. Now, there are different binds that you can use. If you want to practice your dribbling, you can turn on dribble trainer binds. And now if you look, if you hit the up on the D-pad, it'll put it on you. If you hit left on the D-pad, it'll turn on a dribble trainer. But this, you have to have a certain plugin, by the way. This isn't on there. This left and right, like flick and stuff. But this, it brings it down for you to catch it. See? That's only if you have the mod, though. The mod is weird to get. It's by Cinderblock. It's some like dribble trainer mod or whatever, and you have to go catch the ball. All right. So that is it for the binds. Binds are really, really easy to do, and they all do different things depending on what you want to practice. Variance is it is just like if you go into a custom training, you know how it's normally like 1, 2, 3, or like it goes in order from the shots. The variances, it will mix them around, basically like a mixed playlist. The items mod, you can only use this on the menu, but what it does is you can choose any decal, any wheel, any boost, any hat, any antenna, anything that you want, except the body. The body does not work, but you can still choose the paint for it. And what this does is this is totally client side. That means only you can see it. No one else can see it. So if you can see that you can change a bunch of different stuff for this depending on what you want. Like if you want alpha boost, you can put on alpha boost actually. And as you can see, I'm actually using alpha boost. You can see it's alpha boost, but there's another way you can do that, and I'll get to that in a second. Current game is also for free play. You can change the game speed, how fast the game goes. As you can see, I changed the game speed and it goes way faster. Gravity, you can change how the gravity is. 0, there's just no gravity at all. Inverse, you play on the ceiling. And default is just the default gravity. Limit boost is what you think it is. It limits your boost. You can also do this just right in here by going in there and hit unlimited boost and turn that off. But I guess this is just an easier way to do it, maybe. You can disable boost and you can put unlimited boost. These are some of the free play stuff. Enable goal scoring is it turns off by default. If I were to go score this ball, it wouldn't work. And instead, if you look at the chat, BakkesMod would just tell me that the speed is 21 miles an hour. I like to keep this on because of the replay if I practice something and I want to see how I did it when it scores. Car color flip indicator is showing how if you can flip. So if it looks like this, that means you have a flip enabled. But if it turns... Oh wait, I have infinite flips on. Unlimited flips. If it turns to this pinkish color, that means that you don't have a flip. So it's very useful if you're if you want to know you hit a flip reset or something. Or you want to time like your flips, you know? It's very useful to see if you have a flip or not. Once again, this only works in free play. Jump sounds is I've actually never tested this out. I don't know what it does. Oh, okay. Well, it changes your jump sounds. Yep. Show boost usage. It just shows how much boost you've used. If you're using unlimited boost, see, it just slowly tells you how much boost you've used. You can get this up pretty high, you know. But it's really helpful if you want to have unlimited boost, but But you also want to see how much boost you use. So like, let's say you're doing an air dribble, right? You don't want to be like this. Like if you're trying to do it like an actual game, you don't want to use like 400 boost. You know, you're trying to see how much boost you can limit. Use normal car color. If you reset it, it uses your normal car color. It's kind of buggy. But it just like uses your normal decal color and everything. Show goal score speed is showing you the speed in the chat. And automatically limit boost in free play is whenever you join free play, it automatically just like limits your boost. You don't get unlimited. Custom training, there's a bunch of different stuff in here, and this stuff is kind of weird. Use free play map for custom training. All of this is just custom training. So goal blocker is the only one like that is like really confusing. You can like goal blocker editor, and whenever you do custom training now, you can change it so that like this is the only spot you can score in on the goal. I wouldn't recommend using this because, I mean, if you want to practice like hitting a flick into a certain spot, then do this. But if you want to play just like your normal custom training maps, don't use this because this will change it. Automatically shuffle playlist is always on, and it shuffles the playlist, like the shots in a custom training. And then all of these, I've never really tried, so I don't know what they do. Ranked, there's some pretty useful stuff on here. There's automatically save all replays, which is really self-explanatory. Automatically save ranked replays, only saves your ranked replays. Automatically say GG, it just says GG for you. Use POV goal replays, so it changes to the person. Like instead of it being like just a free cam of everyone, it goes to that person's car cam, and it shows you like how they scored the ball. Use April Fool ranked icons. Basically, there's an April Fool's where they changed the rank icons for like diamond and stuff to like some really weird stuff and everything. MMR notification is how much MMR you get. Only show MMR after a game is over. Shows you how much MMR like once the game is over. Show player MMR on the scoreboard. It shows the exact person's MMR on the scoreboard, and then show MMR in queue menu. It just shows you your MMR and stuff. Anonymizer, it just like hides stuff. There's a bunch of different stuff to hide and everything. You feel like you're streaming and you don't want the person to know if they're playing against you or not or something. Miscellaneous, there's just a bunch of stuff in here like equip alpha boost and then the FPS counter, which shows your FPS and your ping. It's pretty helpful. I use that. Developer console is I have never played around with that. I don't know what it does. Light mode, ew. Bindings, you can add and change different bindings for different stuff. If you have a plugin that you want to toggle with just the click of a button, you can do this. And then let's say you're going to install a plugin and it doesn't appear up here, right? You're actually going to go to the plugins and you're going to go over here and you're going to look for your plugin, right? It is enabled in alphabetical order, meaning that the plugins that start with an A go up here, and then the plugins that have a Z go down here, everything else in between. You can see there's Rumble free play. There's a bunch of different stuff here. Some of these I downloaded, and it's super easy to download plugins, and I'll show you how to do that. To get BakkesMod plugins, what you want to do is you want to look up BakkesMod plugins, and then you're going to go to this first link that says BakkesMod plugins home. And once you get in here, all you need to do is you can look at the top plugins that like everyone uses, that people like them and stuff. last updated plugins, or the plugins that were just recently updated, so that means they're up to date, they're like working perfectly fine. Newest plugins are the plugins that are newly made, like they just got made, or they just got made a week ago or something. And then you can also search for plugins right here. If you want to look for a specific plugin, you can search for it in this bar. If you want to browse the plugins and just look at different plugins, just hit browse plugins, and you can look through all the plugins that BakkesMod has to offer. To install a plugin, all you want to do, let's say I want to install Ranked Viewer. You're going to click on it, and then you're going to hit install with BakkesMod. You're going to hit, it's going to bring up this little menu, and you're going to go up here, and you're going to hit open plugin installer. It's going to bring up this, but this means nothing, and it's just installing the plugin. You're going to exit out of that, and now you're safe to go back into Rocket League. You may see that it is not a peer-to-peer, or actually, it might have, right here. See, it's already there. It's made by the same guy who made it on here, if we go check. Right here, bearded oranges, if we go back, bearded oranges. There you go. That's pretty much it. There's a bunch of different stuff you can play around with on Rocket League. There's a bunch of different like customizable options with BakkesMod. A bunch of different plugins you can get. It's a really good mod. I recommend it. And yeah, none of this stuff works in online. I mean, some of it does, but like the binds and stuff. If you think that it's like not if you think that it would like destroy the game, it's probably not allowed in an online match. So that's pretty much it. Use BakkesMod, I guess. It's really helpful for training everything and training different stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it.